You worked with your father, and was it easier, difficult, or just awkward for you acting alone? You're going to be a part of Munna Bhai 3. What would you say on that? How easy or difficult it is to keep the chemistry or the relation between you and your husband?
I think distance definitely makes the heart fonder. I miss him a lot.
It was 2007. I went and watched a movie called Sawariya, and that was one of my moments of "Ek Ladki ko dekha to aisa laga." And almost 11 years later, that girl is sitting right next to me. Hi, this is Gaurang from ZoomTV.com, and I have with me Sonam Kapoor. She's here for her film "Ek Ladki ko dekha to aisa laga." Welcome.
Hi, Gaurang. Thank you so much.
The first thing, like many other, like almost everyone, the first thing that struck me about the trailer was the concept, and of course, like I love that hashtag called "Let Love Be" and "Let Love Free." But before this is probably the first time a mainstream film is showing love as love. There are no, like you mentioned, there are no labels, there are no anything. Otherwise, the homosexuality mainly has either been a subplot or in a comical way. Yeah. So, what did you think, and why did you think that it's very important to, for this story to be told?
Well, I think we need to understand that love isn't something that should be laughed at or judged or misunderstood, or even a person's being. If somebody is a certain way, it's not their choice. It is who they are. They can't help themselves. So to kind of judge them or laugh at them or stereotype them is very cruel. They're not different. They're not different from you and I. Absolutely not. And they're not even they. It's just everybody's an individual. Everybody has their likes and dislikes. Everybody has who they are. So I think we need to stop boxing people, and we need to stop boxing people into categories. That is one of the endeavors of this film.
Actually, I love that idea of you guys standing in a box at that mall. Initially, at first when I saw those pictures, I thought they're wax statues.
No, it was us.
Yeah. So another thing is, of course, it's still a taboo despite the scrapping of Section 377.
77, yeah.
But it's also commendable, or maybe something to look forward to, that if this movie had released probably 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it would have been controversial, but it's not right now. And like you mentioned, it's got US certificate. So you think that we are moving in the right direction?
I think so. I think when I signed this film, there was Section 377 which existed. After I signed this film, and while we were shooting the climax in June, it wasn't there anymore. And we all celebrated, and we understood what it meant for this film. We understood that it would have a wider audience and less resistance, because there was nothing to resist. And we were right.
So while playing this character, did you model it on someone you know, or how did you approach?
I modeled it on every human being who's ever had to struggle with who they are. I think even myself. I think that is the inspiration I got. Every person in this world is looking for a connection, is looking for a friend, is looking for love, and is looking to understand who they are. And I think this film and this character, Sweetie Chaudhary, is that very ordinary person. She's very ordinary. There's nothing extraordinary about her at all. She's very, very ordinary. She only wants to connect with someone. She only wants to be loved by someone. She only wants understanding and acceptance. It was very simple playing her, because it's every insecurity that every human being has. And if you empathize with that, you can empathize with anyone.
So you worked with your father, and Arjun said during Mubaraka that he is, he's very competitive when he works, while acting. Relations are at home, but on set he's competitive. So was it easier, difficult, or just awkward for you acting alongside?
My father is not competitive with me at all. My father wants me to do the best. He's only competitive with himself. So I think Arjun may have misunderstood, because he's only trying to better himself. But Arjun has a great sense of humor, so he says all these things.
It was in jest, of course.
Yeah, of course. So I can even imagine how he says it. But no, it wasn't. It was. I felt very safe while I was on set, because my dad was there.
Was it kind of awkward or something?
No.
He's dad and I'm acting alongside him. Or
But he was
surreal feeling?
No, it was surreal. He's my dad, he's playing my dad. Thank God, if he was playing something else, it would have been weird.
Congratulations on last year. You were the highest grossing actress. And
I promise you had nothing to do with it.
of course, you had, like, in Padman, I even wrote about it, tweeted about it, that your character I loved the most. And
Thank you.
the movie, sort of, for me, it lifted up when you entered the scene.
Thank you
and
so much.
his mood also, the main character's mood also, when you lifted the scene. So, like, you had a prominent role in Padman, and Veere Di Wedding, so you were there all along. So, that is there. And you have been selecting these great scripts, and like, you have a great script sense from what I can see. And Neer Ja Hua, Khoobsurat, so all these films, and you got an special mention in national awards as well for Neer Ja and all that stuff. So does it sometimes bother you that you are labelled as just this fashionista?
I think that was a long time back, but I'm okay with it, honestly, because I've built a whole career around it. I have a fashion business that is very, very successful. It's the most successful right now, and I think it's. I mean, I have nothing to complain about. I have a full-fledged other business because of that label. I think it's always important to take advantage of what people think of you, because what people think of you is their business, not yours.
Also, congratulations on your wedding.
Thank
and I keep seeing your Insta stories and all that stuff, and you keep traveling you're living between Mumbai and London.
Mumbai, London and Delhi.
So how easy or difficult it is to keep the track of things, or keep the chemistry or the relation between you and your husband? And all
I think distance definitely makes the heart fonder. I miss him a lot, and I think it's important we both work. It's important for a relationship as partners. I hope one day we find work in the same country.
I hope that Mumbai you're not moving there, because we want to see you on screen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never going to stop acting, but let's see.
You have been giving hits before the marriage as well, and after marriage you had a great year. But so do you also talk to him about the scripts you are choosing, or do you take his opinion in that?
I do tell him when I'm doing something. Yeah, I do take his opinion on like dates, because we, obviously have to spend time with my husband. So he and I coordinate on dates. So if there's something that, like recently I said no to something because I wanted to spend some time with him, and he said no to something because he wanted to spend time with me. So I think there comes a point where you have to kind of understand that it's not you alone. And so I don't discuss, I'm going to do this scene, or I'm going to do this script, or any of those things. But we do, because we're in a long distance relationship, I think it's important to kind of make time for each other. So he compromises a lot in terms of like, he needs to keep flying in, because my work is dependent on other people. His work, since he's the boss, I'm not the boss, and because it's a collaboration, a film, so I don't have as much flexibility with dates as he does. So he actually flies a lot because of me, because he has to keep flying in to see me all the time. So once in a while, I do need to take that stand and be like, it's okay to sacrifice this project so that I can be with him, so he can concentrate on his work, because he makes a lot of sacrifices for me, much more than he should. He made a really sweet comment actually, which I thought was very funny, because right after the wedding, I had to promote Veere Di Wedding and go to Cannes. I got married, and the next day I was like flying to Cannes, and I was promoting Veere Di Wedding. And he just asked me a really simple question, like in July, like 2 months after the wedding. He's like, if I had done the same thing, if I had gone to work straight after the wedding, what would you have done? I said, I would have killed you. He's like, that's sexist. I was like, that's really funny. I was like, how long did you take to think about this? He's like, 2 months.
So also it was really great last year that, after Hollywood Me Too came to India.
Yes.
But I, as an individual, I personally thought that, unlike Hollywood, where, legalities were involved and, it was taken as seriously, it isn't here in India, like that. I felt social media trial took over the actual.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what is your take on that? Like, do you think we are trivializing it, or?
Yeah, we are definitely trivializing it. I think the kind of, if you have to do it with a lot of thought, and you have to do it because it's become watered down now. You know, it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Just in 2 months, it was a 2-month deal, and now
It's all gone, and unfortunately, it is the way it is. So we need to be a little more careful about accusations and articles, and the media doesn't realize how powerful it can be.
Finally, I'll ask you 2 quick questions, and you have to, what you think about it, or what would you say is the segment. So just yesterday there was this news that you are, you're going to be a part of Munna Bhai 3. What would you say on that?
As long as I'm playing the lead and I'm Munni Bhen, I'll be a part of it. But since it's called Munna Bhai and nobody's actually offered the film to me, I can't comment.
Also, there are also these reports of Riya getting married this year with Karan Bulani. So.
Oh, no. When she does get married, I'll be very happy to tell you they've been dating for 10 years and they've not gotten married yet. So,
okay.
When the happy news is there, it'll all be announced, but no, they're not getting married this year.
Again, congratulations on the great last year.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to the movie, and it was great. You know, for a change, a song is recreated which I was not cringeworthy. So, congratulations on that, and looking forward to the movie. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.